Greetings explorers and welcome to another leather craft tutorial. For this leather workshop we are going to be making leather sheaths. In this case, for this video we will be going through and making a sheath for a pair of scissors. Now this workshop does work for if you are in need for a new sheath for a pocket knife. Perhaps you found a nice dagger from a current fair. Or maybe you're a chef and you need a sheath for a cooking knife. If so, this is the video for you. Let's go ahead and get into the supplies that you will need in order to go through and do this wonderful lovely crafting project.
For this project you will need thick leather, scissors or X-Acto knife, rulers, a hole punch, a beveler, a wood slicker, water, stain, protection from stain, leather sheen, hammer and appropriate anvils, rivets, snaps, needle, and thread. Optional tools are a groover, a spacer, and a strip maker. First step, tracing around the blade for your scissors, knife, or dagger. Be sure to be careful when doing this since you are working with a sharp object. When tracing your blade, be sure to leave a little bit of space around what you are tracing, that way when you sheath it, it will be snug, but not too tight where you struggle to draw or sheath your item. After you trace your blade, you're going to trace around your tracing, leaving space between the two that is big enough to punch holes. Then, connect the two tracings together near where the handle would be. Now cut out this piece, but do not cut out the inside portion yet. You will want to trace this piece 2 more times onto the thick leather. From here, cut out the 2 pieces and the inside of the first piece. With these pieces made, you will then want to make a couple of straps. The first strap will be the one that serves as the belt loop. The second strap will be smaller and will serve as the strap that wraps around the handle. With all the pieces cut out, we use our groover on the 3 pieces that act as the sheath for our project. This essentially allows us to know what path to follow when punching holes, and allows our thread to sink in a little bit into the leather so it doesn't get caught as easily. After the groover, we use the spacer, which allows us to mark where we want to punch our holes so that they're evenly spaced. We roll this tool along the path we made with the groover. Once the holes are marked, you can then proceed to punch holes. Note, these tools are optional and you can use a ruler to achieve even spacing for your holes as well. You will then want to punch the holes for your belt loop and for your latching strap. For the belt loop, I punched 2 holes next to each other on the shorter edges of the leather and a matching set on one of my sheath pieces. For the second piece, you will punch a hole in the middle and then punch a hole on the first strap so it can allow the second to wrap securely around your blade's hilt. These holes that you just punched will be for the rivets that snap all the straps and your sheath pieces together. Continuing on the second strap, you will punch 1 hole on each end that are big enough for the snaps to fit in. Note, as you work with the second strap, you may find that you need to trim it if it is too long. The next step is to bevel the edges of your 2 strap pieces. To learn more about this, check out our leather crafting basics video on beveling, link in the corner. Once you're done beveling, we can now move on to the staining of the 2 straps. For these pieces, you will probably want to stain both sides since they could be visible. For staining all my pieces, I want a smoother stain texture. To accomplish this, I will apply water first to the leather, then the stain. When I apply the stain to the leather, I use a cotton swab brush that I then dip in water, followed by pouring some stain onto it. Staining your leather this way is one way to save your stain so it lasts for future projects. After you're done staining, you can spray your leather strips with the leather sheen in a well-ventilated area or outside. Remember, the more coats of leather sheen, the more shiny your leather becomes. But a few coats is more than enough to protect your leather. If you want to save spraying your project with leather sheen until all your pieces are stained, you can do this as well. The other pieces will be stained once we've sewn them together. Now that we are done staining our straps, we can tap in our rivets and snaps. When tapping in your rivets and snaps, be sure to hit them on the appropriate surface. A granite slab, metal slab, or the ground are examples of good surfaces to hit on. Then proceed to tap in the pieces with the appropriate anvils. There will be 2 different anvils used, each designed to work with rivets and snaps. You don't need to hit hard, but a few solid taps should be enough. Once you're done tapping in your rivets and snaps, we can sew together our sheath. For this part, you will be using a saddle stitch. To learn more about how to do a saddle stitch, check out our Crafting Basics tutorial linked in this video. Be sure to measure out extra string for this part since you are sewing through 3 layers. If you find you run out of string while stitching, tie off where you are and measure out more string. Start a few holes back and resume stitching. When tying any knot, whether you ran out of string or have finished sewing, you will be tying the knot between the layers, that way it is out of sight. After you finish sewing, cut off any extra leather to make a nice flush edge on your sheath. From here, bevel the edge of your sheath and then sting the rest of your leather. As you are staining your sheath, be sure to stretch the sheath leather a bit to make sure that your blade will slide into it easily and remain a tight fit. Once you are done staining, you can protect it with some leather sheen by spraying outside or in a well-ventilated area.
There you have it, your very own leather sheath, whether you did it for a knife, pocket knife, cooking knife, leather shears, cloth shears, anything that you did it for, you now have your very own custom-made leather sheath. We want to thank you guys so much for joining us during this leather craft tutorial, and if you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And we would love to see your guys' own crafting creations, and you can share them with us on social media by using the tag #CraftingExplorers. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button that's down below the video or somewhere in a corner of the screen. And if you want to get notified when those videos get posted, go ahead and ring the bell icon that hangs out next to the subscribe button. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining us, and once again, if you want to share with us, share it with like Twitter, Facebook, #CraftingExplorer, because we would absolutely love to see you guys' own crafting projects. Until we meet again, guys, bye, happy crafting.